Alrighty then. Now we're back again, and finally, let's say finally, the transfer window has ended. Transfer window closed yesterday. As of the time of doing this, running this video or shooting this video, the transfer window closed yesterday, and a whole lot of deals went on. Of course, with our own special Arsenal, a whole lot of deals went on, and even other clubs too. So, what I'm going to be doing today is that I'm going to be giving my ratings on the players we bought in the transfer windows, that the players that came in, and also a general rating in or the transfer window, our transfer business in general, and of course that rating of our transfer business in general will also be kind of rating Andre Berta and his first transfer window. So all right, let's go. All right, first person I'll talk about is Kepa Arrizabalaga. Now Kepa came in as a second choice, a 30-year-old came in as a second choice. He has top level experience playing for Chelsea, playing for Real Madrid. Then also he came for very rather cheap for a very cheap price at just £5 million. And I think I saw somewhere that his salary is will be, or for at Arsenal, will be £70,000 per week. That is wages rather. What am I saying? Will be £70,000 per week. So for that transfer alone, for everything that comes with it, I feel is a better deputy than most of the deputies we've had for Raya, maybe aside Ramsdale. Then another thing again is that even the deal we actually linked to John Garcia, and that one was actually his fee that we're hearing about that time was £25 million there around, and it didn't really make sense for somebody that's coming to be a second choice to Raya. So better coming in and going from him to Kepa, who is not one of the best goalkeepers in the world, but for a second fiddle, I think it's okay and at that price. So not talking too much. I'll give that transfer, that deal, a 7/10 for the price, his age, and his experience, and the way that we went from somebody much less experienced and much costlier to him. Moving on. Next person on my mind. Of course, I'm not going in any. I'm just taking them randomly. So the next player I'll talk about is Christian Mosquera, a 21-year-old Spanish international who was at Valencia. Um, he came with a lot of promise. He's good in tackling, he's good in this, good in that, but we didn't know how good he was until just this weekend when he came in for Saliba, when Saliba got injured against Liverpool just 4 minutes into the match, and Christian Muscular came in, and I know when he came in, I was like, it's over. I felt, it's over. Those days of 4-0, 4-0 are gone, but at least we'll concede like three today. But the way the guy handled himself, the way he played like somebody that's so experienced. And I don't think there was any Arsenal fan watching that match. I was like, oh, Saliba no did. I mean, they are suffering us, they are killing us. Saliba no did. No, he stood his ground against with Gabriel, of course, against Ekitike and Gakpo and whoever and whatever they threw at him. And he was composed on the ball and everything. He's a 21-year-old. I can't remember his price. I think it was around the 20 something million pound price. Please help me out. I can't remember his price. But that deal, based on his age, I know it wasn't costly. I know it was around 20, 30 million pounds thereabout, and it wasn't costly. Then his age and his ability, especially what we saw in Liverpool against Liverpool, I'll give that an 8. I'll give that one an 8 as in I'm not, as I am here, I'm not even scared that Saliba is injured, who will cover up. That guy, from what I saw that day, if we can continue with that, I'm not even scared about Saliba saying he wants to leave at any point, as long as we get the good money from him. But that's the gist for another day. All right, so I said Christian Mascara and 8. Moving on again. Who next again? Christian Norgard. Now Christian Norgard. He's definitely not an upgrade to either party or what's his name, or Jorginho. He's 30-year-old, I'm 31-year-old, 30-year-old. He hasn't been injured so far. He came for rather cheap. Was it £7 million there around? Came for rather a very cheap price at from Brentford. He has been the captain of Brentford, so he has that captain experience and leadership qualities. I've not really seen much of his game so far. I think he played one or two preseason matches, which I didn't watch. But as I said, it's not an upgrade. I think it's just a stopgap solution. So I'll give that a 6/10. or 5.56/10. Let me put it at 6. Let me be generous. So 6/10. Reason being, he's not an upgrade to who we had. He's just a stopgap. But why he's a 6 is because he's actually rather cheap. You get me? So I know in the next 2 to 3 transfer windows, we'll be looking for somebody else to take over his position, maybe long term and the rest. So that's that for him. The next person in that his position again, Zubimendi. There were a whole lot of stories about Zubimendi right from last summer when Liverpool wanted him and he agreed a deal. He agreed to go to Liverpool just to change his mind at the last minute. Then from January, there were talks that Arsenal had agreed a deal with him. So many talks that Real Madrid came in at the beginning of this summer transfer window to hijack the deal. Was it hijacked? Was it not hijacked? Long story short, we signed him for is it 60 something? I really need to check that. Something million pounds thereabout. Because we brought him onto the club, and there's so much hype around that. He's better than Partey, he's better than Jorginho. Honestly, not better than Partey. Maybe in terms of fitness, so far so good. We've not heard him, and I didn't hear anything about him being injury prone. Partey always had injuries, so that's the issue. But in terms of ability on the ball, positioning, controlling that midfield, hell no. He didn't. From what I saw against Liverpool, and even against Leeds, too, that Leeds wasn't that obvious, but against Liverpool too, it's no fault of it on his whole side. Not as if he's not doing his best, but he's not just up to that quality of Partey. Let's be realistic. Even the passes, I didn't see those passes that Partey gives. The way Partey controls the midfield and controls play, I didn't see that from him. His positioning, Partey has always has his clean tackle most of the time to intercept the ball, and I don't know, just has a way of controlling midfield. Zubimendi didn't do that, and he was making a lot of costing a lot of free kicks, raw on the tackle, and which of course one of the fixes he considered led to the only goal of that match. So it's still a good fair rating. I'll give him a 6.5. Why I'm saying that, because he's young and he's younger than Partey, so of course I hope and believe he will grow into the position. Or let me say 7. Yes, let me just put that at 7 because of his age 26. I believe before he gets to the age Partey is 30, he will grow into the position. And so far, I didn't hear anything about any injury issues. And it's just the first 2 matches. I'm still going to work based on the vibe, the hype I got. So I'll give him a 7/10. Who else? 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 I don't want to miss anybody. So let's go to easy. Excuse me. Let's go to easy. Eberechi easy. That deal is at this point is an 8.5. It's an 8.5. Why I didn't even say it's a 9 or a 9.5 is because, of course, we've not seen much from him apart from the 10 minutes cameo. But with the ability he has, the position he comes to fill, we always need a good 10. I've always told myself, I've always told people that Odegaard is not a 10. Odegaard is more of a central midfielder. He's not a 10. He doesn't have that accurate pass. He doesn't give that killer pass, those final passes, which Easy does. We've seen him do for Crystal Palace and England whenever he plays for the national team. He's a dead ball specialist. The deal was rather fair. 50, 62 million euros of it, £5 million. So the deal is rather fair. The way in which the deal came about is what's even making that 8.5. Arsenal were linked to him because of signing deal with renewing Ranway's contract, thinking Ranway will not renew. He renewed, so Arsenal decided to take a step back. Tottenham came into the fold and thought the deal was all done and dusted. Then Arsenal hijacked from their neighbors. No Arsenal fan, no, there's no Arsenal fan who won't like that. Even we Arsenal fans, and not even in London, who love. As in, that was really nice to see hijacked that deal from Tottenham, and the fact that he wanted to come to Arsenal, he even made that cut after that. See, this deal with Tottenham is about being finalized. The guy, how far, boss, how far, any hope there. And after I said, okay, we're having a board meeting. I'll get back to you. And after the board meeting, they signed the deal. Within 3-4 hours, deal was signed, and he can take the number 10 jersey and his abilities and everything. So that's a very good deal. A very, very good deal. I think he covers 2 positions again, both the 10 and the left wing. So I give that an 8.5. An 8.5. Um, Moving forward again, Madueke, Noni, Chukunonso. I'm sure that's his name. Noni Madueke. All right, then for I was on Noni Madueke. So for Noni Madueke, as I said, I'll give that deal because of his cost. £55 million was way too much. But he's an able deputy for Saka. For what I saw against Liverpool, he tried well against Keke's other right wing. Arteta just leave him at the right wing. Don't carry him next to left wing anymore. Leave him there. Let him play his game there. So uh, as I said, a 6.5 rating is okay for him. He's 23 years old. He's young again, so there's hope. The next one we'll talk about now is the main one. Arsenal fans who've been crying for seasons and seasons. Transfer windows. We've cried and cried and asked the club to get, and we finally got. It wasn't the main person because we wanted his sack. Everybody wanted his sack, but it was the next person in line, which was Gyökeres. So that Gyökeres deal I also give the same. I think just slightly below easy. I'll give it an 8. Reasons why, because of course it's a position we actually need and we finally needed. Also, the fact that the player actually wanted Arsenal and almost went on strike with Sporting to get that deal done. Although nobody likes players going on strike actually, but we'll something to talk about later because I know in this transfer window, people that went on strike actually got their deals. Someone like Gehi that didn't go on strike, didn't get his deal at the end of the day. So now we are trying to promote, trying to say that okay, players that go on strike, the likes of Gyökeres, Isak, Yuan Wissa get their deals. But that's by the way. So yes, Gyökeres I said is an 8. He fills that position. We've not seen much of him, and reasons being he's not really fit. He didn't do much preseason. He was on strikes. He wasn't training. He wasn't on preseason, so we can give that to him. But from the bits and pieces we've seen so far, I've seen that yes, there's a striker in there. Those runs, he's making those runs. We don't even give him those we don't give him the kind of balls he wants. If we've been giving him, I'm sure he would have scored more goals than the 2 goals he has this season. Let's see how it goes, but I give that an 8 over 10. Reason being, we got the player we wanted, and the player wanted us to, and we didn't need to waste time. We didn't have another transfer where at the end of the day we got flat-footed and we didn't get him. So I said an 8 over 10. Then finally the last person is Piero Hincapi, who just came in. So Piero is a very good deal. Is it 45 or 45? No, when I'm hearing euros, pounds, it mixes up. You get, but it's a very good deal from Bayer Leverkusen, a Bundesliga winner, a title winner. So that's a very good one for us. What else again will I say about him? I've seen his comps. He's a good tackler of the ball. He can play left back. He can play left center back. So he covers for. I don't even know what Atlanta is going to do. Whether he's going to leave Caliofori at left back, because Caliofori played exceptionally at left back against Liverpool. So I don't know. People are saying Hincapi will be the left back option with Miles Lewis Kelly. Then Caliofori deputizes Gabriel Magalhaes. People are saying otherwise, vice versa. So we don't know. But it's a very good performer. It's a very good defender from what I saw. I'll give that a 6. I'm giving that a 6 because I've not seen. He has not played for Arsenal yet. And the comps I saw, it's just comps. Most times when you see comps, it's just a compilation of the good performances. Somebody can do a compilation of bad performances. So I'll just give it a 6, a flat 6, because we've not seen anything yet. Then that's all. The last rating is Andre Berta, the transfer window in general. And transfer window also covered the outgoings too. He made sure almost everybody left the club. Everybody, even Zinchenko that was looking as if he wasn't going to leave. And the last minute, he still got his loan move to Nottingham Forest. Everybody left. Nils Nelson, Fabio Vieira, Sambi Lokonga, Odos Tierney and Zorginho, and they left on the free. You get me? So yeah, every dead we went to drop were dropped. So that's a very good one. Then also he got the right deals and the right players in. I won't say necessarily the right player, but quite the right positions. That's what I'll say. Now we have quality in depth. We have a very good quality depth now. Arteta cannot complain about injuries unless favor and karma or whatever wants to go against Arsenal, and we have a serious plethora of injury. Maybe we have like almost like 15 players injured or 10 players injured. But now we have squad depth, even in the attacking, in the midfield, in the defense. We have squad depth, and not just depth of somebody that can come into play. Someone that has squad that is good enough to be a first team player. A good example is that Christian Mosquera that I talked about. I never thought he was that good. That guy is good enough to be a first team player. And the right backs, you have White and what's his name, Timber, that are good enough to be first team players in both regards. So it's a good one for Berta. I'll give that an I'll give that a 9/10. I'll give Berta the whole transfer window deals. The whole transfer window proceeds a 9/10. The only issue that I'm just making it 10/10 or 9.5 is that we didn't get our main person, which was Isaac. I think just like some people have said, I think well, even if the cost, the price, I don't think Arsenal could even afford going for him for that price. But I also think we should have gone for a left winger. Maybe gone for a Semenyo if Rodrigo was not, even test the water with Rodrigo, test the water with Semenyo, test the water with Rafael Leao, and maybe allow either Trossard or what's his name, Martinelli go off, maybe on loan or sell. I don't even understand Trossard's new increase in salary, all those things. But every other thing, one area on a new deal, Magalhaes on a new deal, many Saliba and Saka. It's a good one, so it's a 9/10. It's a 9/10 for Berta and the whole transfer window for Arsenal. So this has been my ratings. This has been my ratings of Arsenal's transfer window. What do you think? Do you agree with my ratings? Do you disagree with any of them? Do you think any of the ratings was too good or too negative? Do you think my ratings were too negative or too positive? Or what do you have? Let me just hear your own say in the comment section. What do you think about the transfer window and how far do you think Arsenal will go this season? Let's see how it goes. Is the international break, so no matches this weekend. But we'll see how it goes when you come back after the international break, and we'll go from there. See you on the next one.